Well, we have 35, 37 different tracts that we produce currently, and we have a couple that are geared more for not just for children to read, but also for children to hand out. I'll never forget, about probably 4 or 5 months ago, I had a lady that emailed in. It was a grandmother, and she said, my 8-year-old granddaughter has a desire to tell her friends about Jesus. And I heard I think if I remember correctly, it was she had listened to the radio broadcast and had heard about the gospel tracts, and said, is there a tract that you would recommend for kids? And my mind immediately went to this tract. It's called 7 Questions Boys and Girls Ask. And we redesigned it. And again, the content on the inside is the same as Dr. Paul had written. But we redesigned this tract, made it a little bit more kid-friendly and something that a kid would want to pick up. Tried to make it a little bit more fun-looking, I guess you could say, or a little bit more, not necessarily childish, but just more of a design that would maybe appeal more to children or teenagers. And it's laid out very simply for kids, and it has just small spots where they can read, has gospel verses in there talking about answering their questions. But it has 7 different questions. It has who is God, who is Jesus, where did we come from? Who's the devil? What is sin? What happens when people die? And how can you get to heaven? Some questions maybe that they've never thought of or asked, but questions that if you ask them, they might not know the answer to. And again, as all of our tracts do, leads them to the gospel, leads them to point of decision that they need to trust Christ in order to get to heaven, in order to not have to spend eternity in hell. We need to make sure that young people know these things. A lot of times, Christians today don't want to talk about hell, but it is a true fact. It is a reality. And people need to know that if they don't trust Christ, the only other option in eternity is to spend it in hell. And I just would not want anyone to do that, to have to spend eternity in hell. So get the gospel tract. You can get it on our website, BibleTractsInc.org. That's BibleTractsinc.org. Click on the Tracts tab, takes you to the store. This one is number 70, so sort by the SKU, drop down to probably the last page, and select this tract, 7 Questions Boys and Girls Ask.